What is up, guys? I'm British FIFA, bringing you my money wasters, or the flops as it may be known. And as you can see by some of the players, obviously some of these are very, very big flops, and these especially the striker, Fernando Torres. So I'm going to be coming on to the players that I have and the reasons why I have them. And some of you might disagree and some of you might agree. And it's just kind of, don't give me hate just for the fact that I've got some of these players in there. Obviously, the first player you'll be seeing is David De Gea, and I know he has been playing very, very well lately, and he's been keeping him in games such as the Blackburn one last night, which was a fabulous, fabulous game, especially with the saves he was making. Definitely one of their best players. And okay, I have got him in there for the fact that he started off for the first like 3-4 months really bad, messing up all the time. Obviously then Lundegaard came in and was kind of taking his place until he kind of got an injury, and then they kind of had to rely on David De Gea, which kind of got him back into the confidence that he needed, and he's kind of got back to the way he was, but it's still kind of struggling with like the corners and set pieces, but I think over a period of time he will get much better. Next we've got Wayne Bridge. This was the Man City one from Chelsea. I think we bought him for 20 million. Yeah, Wayne Bridge for 20 million. Christ, that is such a big deal. And it was quite a lot of money. I think it was in around, I don't know when it was. I think 2009. So that was obviously quite a lot of money in my opinion. So obviously, to buy someone for that much and him not really be that good, obviously doesn't really work out well. So next we've got Julian Lescott from Everton to Man City. I was kind of having a look to see what players were flops, and I've come across him. To be honest with you, he is a flop and he isn't a flop. In my opinion, he is a flop as the fact that he didn't start the best. He weren't the best, I must admit. There were some players that were good, some players that were bad that come from Man City, and in my opinion, he was kind of in the middle, so that's why I put him in there. Next is Gabriel Hines. This was the United one. He played really well for a few matches and then kind of started going downhill a lot. I don't really know how much money they spent on him, but the fact that when he got injured, he came back and was absolutely useless. That's the reason I got him in here. Then we got veteran Chorluka. For the Tottenham, I don't think he was that good. For Man City, I really did think he was a decent player. Then they sold him to Tottenham. Don't even think they bought him. I think they got him on a free. But he was, in my opinion, he was a flop. He wasn't the best player, in my opinion, for them. Next we got Haleb. He's been to so many clubs, it's unbelievable. Had a loan spell at Birmingham and didn't do well there. Obviously, I think he's still contracted to Barcelona, where they paid 18 million euros for him, which for Haleb was a massive deal. He was a very good player at Arsenal, then kind of slipped down form, and now he's at Wolfsburg. So obviously not the best of deals Barcelona done there. Next we come on to Charlie Adam. The first few months to Blackpool he played really well. Then kind of come January he played really bad, and it didn't really do that well. So then Liverpool bought him, and in my opinion he had 1 or 2 games at the start really well and played really good, and then he's not been the best player. And as some of you may have known from some of the reactions on Twitter and stuff like that, Liverpool fans do not seem to like him. He seems to foul a lot, get booked, not really provide much for the team, in my opinion. Next we come on to Downing. Obviously this is the orange one, the man of the match one, the one that he got given for the FA Cup. In my opinion, he hasn't performed as well as he did at Aston Villa. I didn't rate him much at Aston Villa, but he's definitely under par than what he should be, especially for the price they paid for him. Yeah, okay, he got man of the match against Cardiff, but the fact that he isn't really performing, he hasn't got an assist, he hasn't got a goal yet in the Premier League. Obviously he's not going to be helping Liverpool, especially considering they've had 5 losses in 6 so far. So if he could start performing better, obviously he's going to help them out with like Carroll scoring and stuff like that, and maybe even get Suarez to score like more. So yeah, that's the reason I got him in there. Next we got Kaka. Okay, some of you may think, why is he in there? Obviously he's been playing a lot recently, been playing really well with like his inform and man of the match. But the fact that he cost 50 million and for the first like year or so he was injured, kind of in my head I put him as a flop. Obviously now he's starting to get back to his ways, the same as David De Gea, but in my opinion I still think he's a flop. Next we come on to Rocky Santa Cruz, the Man City one. So the reason I've got him in here, for the fact that we bought him for 24 million. I think he scored about 2 goals, and the season before when he played for Blackburn, he got around 20 goals in the league. So Man City, being Man City, go and buy the best of the best, well, they thought at the time, and he didn't perform at all, didn't score at all. I think he scored against Blackburn, and that was the only goals he really scored. So that's one reason I got him in there. Now we come on to the mostly biggest flop of all, which is Fernando Torres, and as you know, he's got 15 assists this season, and yes, okay, that is a very good assist kind of total, but pardon me. But for the fact that he cost 50 million, yeah, 50 million, he's only scored 1 goal this season, the same as Tim Howard. That's absolutely that's abysmal, really. So that is the reason I've got him in here. I know he's scored against 2 against what's the name, Leicester, but to only score 1 goal in the league is absolutely diabolical. So yeah, that kind of concludes my flops of my flops. So if you liked this episode, guys, please give it a like, please give it a comment what kind of episode you would like me to bring next, and favourite and subscribe. I've nearly reached 700 subscribers, so if you could get me up to that by the end of this video, that would be really, really good. So I'll see you tomorrow when I got the try the inform, which is the orange Downing. So see you in a bit, guys. See ya.